What's up, unit? Give or take a minute or two here. Let everybody kind of file in. My replay unit. No minutes of notice. We just go live. You know how we do it. So we just went live. So give it about a minute. Let BC have a few swigs of this coffee, this Dunkin' Extra Extra. And we got Monday Night Raw in less than an hour. It is the last Monday Night Raw ever on the USA Network. I think ever. I don't see how they're getting another contract. Possible. I don't see it. I think they're obviously going to get more TV deals or extend with Netflix, but I don't think they're going back on Monday nights to... I don't think they're going back Monday nights to the USA Network, man. Let me just make sure my subscribers are for 4 weeks, man. That a little initiation period. 4 weeks for my subscribers. You can enter the chat. Hopefully that went live. Let's find out. Let's see what we got here, guys. Hope to be with you for at least about a half an hour if the audio and the tech holds up. That's the plan anyway. Let me see how your... In a second, I want to see how your playback is too, man. Cross 512, what up, man? James, Shrimp Fajitas, Eric, Ray Hunt, Jay, Cancel Seeker, Eric Leno, Alicia, King. What's up, guys? Let me see if your playback is actually... Gotta see your audio, guys. Give me a second. Check, BC in the unit coming at you. Check, BC. Last Raw on the USA Network. Will it work? Only Hunter knows. Hunter and his creative or lack. What do you guys think? A thumbs up show tonight? We're going to go over everything that they have planned. Guys, your audio sounds good, actually. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to my playback. So let me know if there's any hiccups, but I'm dropping the bigger headphones. I'm going to my earbuds. I'm going to my playback. I'm going to hear myself scream. I'm going to hear myself get amplified. I hope so too, Eric Leno, man. John Beal already says thumbs down. We'll see, man. I want to give Hunter the benefit of the doubt. We'll see. We'll see what he comes up with. Yeah, who was that? What's up, Rich Poe? What's up? It's the last Raw on USA. It should and hopefully be good. James Shrimp Fajitas. Yeah, I don't like how we just booked a bunch of matches outright. That's what I don't like. James Shrimp Fajitas. I wish there was more time for spontaneity, right? Spontaneity. There you go. I can speak. More coffee, BC. Some more spontaneous segments, some more surprises, room for that. Right now, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches up front. Now, remember, guys, it's only a 2-hour show. So 5 hours already. 5 hours, 5 matchups. I don't know, man. That's a lot. And then the big advertisement is the face-to-face with Seth and Punk. So that's going to take at least 15, probably the last or the beginning. So it's a bunch of matchups. I wish we didn't just throw a bunch of random matchups, right? Some of these are rematches. Some of these are just random. That's what I don't like. But it's about everything else, man. Hunter has to get creative on everything else and the finish of these matchups and tell us why these matchups are happening. Are we going to get stories stemming from them? That's what we want to see. G. Glover, King, Alicia, Justine, what up, ASAP? Frag Dude. Yeah, signed for about 5 to 10 years, says Frag Dude for Netflix. And then after that, right, there is an opt-out after the 5, obviously. But I don't think, I mean, if everybody's happy with the business, then they extend it to the 10 years. But even after the 10 years, I just don't see them going back to the USA Network cable. USA will be totally different in 10 years. And I don't think they can... Who knows what pro wrestling is going to look like in 10 years? This may be, honestly, guys, this is the last Raw, I believe, ever on the USA Network. I truly do believe that. So let me go over this preview for you guys, man. Let me get a swig of coffee. and we'll go over this preview. Again, this is on no minutes of notice. I want to say all apologies, but by this point, you guys should know that's just how we roll. You have to be subbed and notified. It's the only way you're going to know when we're live or when an upload goes up. So I understand most of you guys will catch this on the replay, but this is really one of those you kind of you want to get the feeling before you go into the show, man. So you really want to catch these live. Sub notified. You got to be, man. This is less than an hour before the last Raw for at least a decade. I say forever. So, you really want to get into this thing. If you're part of the replay unit, I hope you're still going to give it a listen. But by now, if you're the replay unit, you've already seen Raw. So, you know by now if it was a good show or not. But my live crew, man, K-Boss, hopefully I can remind myself to talk about SmackDown going to 3. What up, DC Lanyard? Crazy countries up in here. Prime Killer, I see that super chat, man. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Trust me. I'll make sure you get a proper shout out. Prime Killer. Appreciate that, dude. But I want to go over the preview to this Monday Night Raw. You guys tell me if this sounds like a good show on paper. Let me get a swig of coffee. I lied. A second swig, if you don't mind. I don't get to do these live streams often, so when I'm able to, man, I really love to do these, man. I love seeing you guys up in the chat. I can't do anything before I give Prime Killer that proper respect, man. I appreciate the coffee chucked at the channel, Prime. You know that, dude. Canada has its worst. Canada has it worse, as both Raw and SmackDown will both go to Netflix as WWE Canada's cable rights expire January 1st. We'll still get NXT as most Canadians have CW. Oh, so Canada is getting SmackDown DOS booted over to Netflix as well. It might work out better for you. You'll be able to see it whenever you want in case you do miss it. But it's not going to have that same feel for sure. All I've ever known is USA holding Monday Night Raw. I mean, yeah, there was that short amount of time with Sci-Fi. And I think there was one other one, wasn't there? It was Sci-Fi and like the Nashville network. Wasn't it like TNN? Does anybody remember? Or am I just coming up with this out of nowhere, man? Justine, I appreciate that, man. I love going live whenever I'm able to. Trust that. Does anybody remember? Oh, was it Spike? But it was TNN, right? It was so weird. It was like the Nashville network, but there was Monday Night Raw. It was wild, man. But for the most part, man, since Raw debuted, it was on USA, and that was back. Does anybody have the beginning date, guys? When did Raw debut back in the 90s? If I can put some of you guys, and it's probably going to be my channel members, by the way, my coffee club. I see some golden coffees up in the chat. I also see some gold card members, and I see some diamond channel members. So if you guys can tell me, oh, hold on. Wait, you guys are already shooting it out, man. 1993. So 03, 13, 23, over 30 years, man. Over 30 years. And you put WWE, it's right there with USA Network. That's just how we think of it. And tonight, it's all over. Now, I'm not being dramatic about it. That is massive, guys. If you remember any of this stuff for any amount of time, this is huge for you, right? This is the end of a true era. And whatever era is coming next week, it is going to be different. I don't know if they're going to call it the Hunter era, the Netflix era, the mutual respect era, the heel versus heels era, the face versus face era, the total randomness era. I don't know. But it's different starting next week. And we'll be along for the ride the entire week leading up to it, the night of, and afterwards. We ain't going anywhere. We ain't taking the time off. We're going to get amplified. This is a huge time for the industry, more specifically WWE. But tonight, man, it all changes. Tonight, we lose WWE on USA, and that's massive. USA has always been great partners for WWE, to Vince McMahon more than anything. They got the rights to SmackDown, but that's so different. You guys know that. Totally different feel and everything. So Raw tonight, That's it, man. You guys are telling me 1993. Well, yeah, do the math. That's over 30 years, dude. Yeah, goodbye 2 hours, Mikhail. Yeah, it's most likely going back to 3. I don't know why they're not confirming that yet. They know it is. There's not really a time restraint. Netflix can go as long as they want because it's just going to be on the replay immediately following. So they're not under like cable time restraint. So it's going to be, yeah, there you go, King. The Are You Ready era. Hunter's going to be on everything. You thought he was on everything before, bro. You don't even know. Hunter's going to be doing the thing. Let me get this a little more squared up there. There you go. That a little better? A little better there. Yeah, a little better for BC. Yeah, Hunter's going to be all over this stuff, man. This is the last Raw in USA, so they better have something good, BC. JJ Bulldog. Yeah, I mean, that's the hope. That's the hope. I'm still trying to fathom it. You know, it kind of came up quick. Christmas came quick. Thanksgiving came quick. The New Year is coming quick, man. That's in what, a day, 2 days? Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. All of this came quick. You know, you think you have all this time, and all of a sudden it just comes quick, and before you know it, this is the last Raw in USA, I'm told, and I'm like, whoa, really? Like, they have to go out with a bang. They have to go out big tonight. Hunter has to pull his head out of his ass and go big. I'm going to go over the preview, and some of these matchups, I don't know if this is worthy of the last Raw ever on USA Network. You guys tell me. Maybe it is. But I want to go over some of this, man. Alicia with that 24-month membership. Salute. Alicia, let me get that on a bigger screen so I can read that. But first and foremost, go back to Prime Killa on that super chat. I know that was a long-winded answer, man, or response, I should say, but I appreciate the coffee. And I did not know, or at least I forgot, that Canada was also getting SmackDown over to Netflix as well. So they're losing both. That's wild. Prime Killa. And 20, as I said, 24 months membership. That's 2 full years. That's a golden coffee. Alicia says, got a birthday next month and a new car for Christmas. Wish wrestling could be as good as that. Salute on the car. Salute and happy birthday in advance. I'll probably be able to tell you plenty more times going forward. But I'll start the birthday wishes now, Alicia. Happy birthday a month in advance. Congrats on the new car. And yes, I'm hoping, I still tune in out of habit and hope, that pro wrestling will get back to the promised land. Alicia, salute. Sam Byers with a 2-spot golden coffee channel member too, by the way. Sam Byers, I love it, bro. I love the chair. And by the way, Sam, I think you just sent another Sam Byers with a 4-spot as well. Throwing a cup of coffee literally via the super chat. I love it. What is he got? What is that? He got a full coffee there. Sam, let me give you a double salut. I can always count on Sam during these live streams, man. Just start chucking coffees at the channel left and right. Look at that. Sam again with a 3-spot and a thumbs up. Sam with a 2-spot, a 3-spot, and a 4-spot. Do I hear a 5? Sam's knocking him down. Sam Byers, brah. And Dwayne Piazza with a 2-spot. I hope this show is good. Dwayne, good to see you up in here, man. Salute, Dwayne, and I do too. Trust me when I say that, man. I really am. That's why I wanted to go live for at least a half an hour. Get a feel of, or a sense of feel of how it is in the community. You know, are people excited? Are people like, it's just another show? Is anybody all up in their feels, you know? All you know is really the USA Network. Yes, TNN, Spike TV, Sci-Fi for a little bit, but really it was WWE's Raw on the USA Network for 30 years plus for a lot of us. And so for a lot of us, it's a little bit more of an emotional roller coaster. But Dwayne Piazza and Sam Byers on a bunch of coffees, man, love it. Pimp Jesus, 2 years too. Pimp, congratulations on the golden coffee, bro. The VIP Coffee Club. I'm in the 2-year club, says Pimp Jesus. You are in the VIP Coffee Club. It is a very tight-knit community in here. So, Pimp Jesus, we've been saving you that seat, dude. Salute. Good to have you, and a coffee right back. Pimp Jesus has been with the channel for a long time, man. I love seeing people my unit members get their VIPs. Earning that golden coffee. Got to give a shout out to another golden coffee, man. Who's that? Santivia Major. 24 months, 2 years, VIP golden coffee. Let's go, 24 months. BC in the amp unit, the best thing in wrestling today. Straight fire. Salute. I'm going to repeat that last line, Santivia, if you don't mind. I'm going to repeat the whole thing. What am I saying? Let's go, 24 months. BC in the amp unit, the best thing in wrestling today. Straight fire. You know this. Ain't nobody close to us, Santivia. We rocking, man. Nobody is amplified or as knowledgeable. Santivia, you know how we do the deed. 44 dive right up the middle. We don't look left. We don't look right. We don't look behind. 44 dive. We rolling. Santivia, welcome to the VIP Gold. A lot of you guys are getting your golden coffees. Eric Leno is delivering some Das boots. I love it. Who you got Das booting, Eric Leno? Hunter Hearst Helmsley? Who's Das booting? I saw the Das boot special amplified emoji. D-Wayne, I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that big time. Justine, appreciate that. You know. So should I do it, man? Said, yeah, hold on. Let me make sure I got all my super chats and everything, or I got to get caught up. Got to make sure you guys are all taken care of first. My shout outs. I think I got I hope I got everybody, man. I believe so. Eric Leno says, yes, Das Boot to Hunter Hearst. I tell you this, if he bombs it tonight, and if he fails massively next week with the premiere, because you can't muff that up, man. The Rock, we're hearing, is going to be there. His team will be in L.A. We expect The Rock to be there. John Cena's going to be there. Taker's going to be in the house. There's no way. Possibly Stone Cold, we're hearing. We don't have that confirmed. This is going to be a massive WrestleMania-esque show. It's going to take a lot for Hunter to screw that up. But if he does, man, if he screws up 2 weeks in a row starting tonight, it's Das Boot time, man. We got to call for it. It's got to be somebody else in there that can do the deed correctly. DC, what up, DC? 4 months shy of that golden coffee diamond status, though. DC says, I hope this show goes out with a bang, leading into Raw on Netflix. But we all know Hunter gets lazy. Also, red team, go. You know this, DC Lanier. Let me give you a salute on 20 months strong, dude. Here's to another 20 months, 4 months away from your golden VIP, which you should already be in by now. To me, you're an honorary member, DC Lanier. Salute, DC. Lanier. Santivia, it won't take much for Triple H to screw up a show. Yeah, you guys know I wanted this to go half an hour, and then you guys are rocking in the chat, and then before you know it, we're having a really good discussion, and it goes an hour or 2 hours. But I really got to be careful because Raw is less than a half an hour, so I'll try to be mindful of time so we can all watch Raw, guys, and that BC can do his notes with its due diligent keen eye, and that tomorrow you guys will have a proper review. Best in the industry. That's what we do on this channel. But you guys are bringing up some good stuff, and I think that was Santivia who said it doesn't take much for H to screw these things up, and that's what I mean. Like, stop doing the commercials, stop doing the promotional, stop doing the marketing. I know I say things a lot. I say them almost like redundancy, like Hunter's booking. But it's because I know it's a different audience on certain uploads, right? A lot of people might catch a lot of them during the week. Some might not be able to catch an upload or 3 or 4 uploads in a week. Some people are trying to get caught up. I always want to hammer home the fact that we want Hunter to succeed, but he has to improve in almost every area. And when you see him just doing all these promotional ads and commercials and going, are you ready nonstop? A lot of fans don't understand. That takes a lot of time, guys. Even if it's a voiceover, it takes a lot of recording time. It takes time out of your schedule. The commercials, the promotionals, that takes almost a full day, a full 12 hours. He could be doing creative things, but instead he chooses to be the face of the company. Stop, dude. Let Cody do that. Let CM do that. Let LA do that. Let some of the females do that. Let Tiffany do that. Let Naomi do that. But you don't always have to be the face of everything. You're the chief creative officer. Kids and families that don't care about the behind the scenes, why do they care about seeing the content creative officer always on their TV doing the selling? They don't care to that. You're just the chief creative officer. Why are you pushing Kevin Owens after Saturday night's main event and not Nick Aldis? Wouldn't it make more sense? Aldis wants to have a match. Aldis is the authority figure. Aldis and Kevin Owens would have a really good feud. Why is Hunter pushing Owens when you know Hunter can't have a match because he has a gimmick in his chest? These are questions that are valid, but nobody wants to answer because we want to give Hunter Hearst Helmsley a pass all the time. It's a get out of jail free card. If he was playing Monopoly, every time he lands on go to jail, everybody would just give him a free pass. Don't worry, Hunter. We'll bail you out. Just let the dude hear the criticism and understand it has to get better. Step away from the spotlight and just put on your headset. Be at Gorilla, be creative. Then we get the best possible product. But if he still continues to want to play superstar, we're never going to get the best of creative. He is the creative chief officer, yet he's the officer of nothing but bullshit. I didn't want to get this amplified, guys, right before Raw, but that's what we're doing. He's got to set the ego aside. And I don't even mean that in a mean way. When people say, most people have egos, guys. Most people are able to check those egos at the door. But every human is built with an ego. How big that ego is, many things factor into that. Of course, Hunter has an ego. But he has to, it's gotten so big that he has to check it at the door. He has to put it aside and enter Gorilla with just a renowned focus. But Hunter has to put the ego aside. He cannot let the glory days go. And it's really affecting the creative or lack thereof that we should be getting. I'm not saying WWE is not better in some areas than Vince and Kennedy, of course. Some areas, and not even that much. But some areas, no question. But it's been years now that Hunter has been in charge. Right? We're going into 2025. And guys, there's so many things that are just wrong. It's so random. The rematches continue. The heel versus heel. The face versus face. The handshakes. It's just bad. A lot of it is still bad. And the numbers tell you that. You guys, look at the numbers, guys. Look at the ratings. You know, you don't need BC to tell you that. This isn't just me being negative, right? Oh, BC's being toxic and negative. No, he's not. He's just telling the truth. If you can handle that, cool. If not, I hear you. Because most people don't want to believe that. They just want to believe that WWE is hunky-dory. And as long as AEW is failing miserably, and WWE is king. But just because AEW might be failing right now in many areas doesn't mean that WWE is succeeding in every area. And just because WWE is making record profit does not make WWE immune to any type of criticism or things that need to be changed for the betterment of the product and company. Hopefully that makes sense, man. But to some, we're just going in left field with a hockey stick and we're speaking in circles because nobody wants to believe that WWE has all these holes in their game. Everything is awesome in World Wrestling Entertainment. That's what they want to believe. So, whatever, man. Cross 512, I know, but that's where a lot of people think Hunter is the best creator in the world because of what happened in Black and Gold. They don't want to give the credit to Dusty Rhodes or to William Regal or the fact that it was only 1 hour on the network, so it was a very little, small program, right? They were big fish in a small pond. Hunter can't do 3 hours of Raw, let alone 2 hours of SmackDown. And then pay-per-views, man. PLEs on top of that. But anyway, we're hoping for the best. Tonight, we're hoping we get the best of Hunter and the best of WWE. Next week, we're hoping we launch into a new era. And what that is, I don't know. We will name it. All right? We're not going to have the wrestlers name it because that's getting cringe. Man, I'm amplified. See, I'm trying to get all this in, man. I haven't even gone over the preview, but I'm amplified, dude. You want the truth? Let's talk truth. So, what I'm sick of is the wrestlers telling us what this is. It's cringe, right? It's like they're trying to sell us. They're trying to train us. They're trying to condition us. The Rock telling us that wrestling is cool again. Cody Rhodes saying that this is the best era since the Attitude Era. Hunter Hearst Helmsley saying this is an era better than the Attitude Era. And they keep saying these things like it's going to be true if we say it enough times. Stop it. Just relax. Relax. Let us tell you what it is. Let us tell you when wrestling is cool again. Let us tell you when it's the best era since the Attitude, or even better than Attitude. Let us tell you that. If Hunter's telling you all of this and Cody and Rock, it's probably not true. They shouldn't be the salespeople. They should be the pro wrestlers. We will tell you, when you start seeing merchandise sales topping again, what they used to be, because merchandise sales are down 46%. That's almost half of what they were less than 10 years ago. Merchandise sales. That tells you wrestling is not as cool as they want you to believe. When you start seeing all these cool shirts made and everybody's wearing them, when you start hearing everybody talking pro wrestling at the water cooler, if you're a kid in school or if you're at work and you're speaking over to the dude next to you in the cubicle, right? And you're talking pro wrestling, that's when you know, man, when pro wrestling is the buzz. And we're hoping for that. But we will tell you, Rock. We will tell you, Cody. We will tell you, Hunter. Deal? Deal. Awesome. Let's shake on that. Mutual respect. Let's salute to that. DB for life. You've been with the channel. You know how it is, man. Gold Leaf, DC Lanyard, Truth Bombs. I see that, dude. You know that's exactly how we speak. Eric Leno. We don't drop anything but truth bombs. Mic drop. That's what I call it. Legit mic drops. And it's all truth. Let's go over the show. What do you guys say? I think I got that right. I had to make sure I was good on my membership chats too, man. Thank you, man. All my gold unit, all my diamond unit, and now a lot more VIP coffee club, dude. I love seeing that. Raw 12:30. It is the last show on the USA Network, guys. It's happening tonight. It's happening in less than 20 minutes. You have tonight Chad Gable versus Otis. That's already booked for tonight. It's months late. That's the problem. We're not nitpicking. This should have been done months ago when that rivalry was heating up and Otis was turning on Gable because he was an asshole and he pushed him. But it just ended there. A little push. The crowd was confused, like that was it. And then Hunter immediately put Gable with the Creed brothers and had him feud with the Wyatts for nearly 2 months. And now, months later, we're going to end the year with an Otis-Gable match. Okay. I hope they can muster up what we felt months ago because it's nowhere near there anymore, man. Chad Gable, Otis tonight. Damian Priest and the War Raiders will tag up in a 6-man tag tonight to go against the Judgment Day. 6-man tag match. If you're asking BC, can I take it or leave it? Would I take it or leave it? I'll leave it. I don't need to spend my prime time watching a nonsensical, random 6-man tag. But okay. I'm sure it'll be action-packed. I want the creativity to match it. I want there to be a purpose to this match. I want the finish to be badass. I want something to launch from the finish, something creative that makes us want to see what happens with some of these individuals at the end of this match. I don't want just an action-packed match, a winner and a loser, maybe a little attack afterwards, and then we cut backstage to Jackie Redmond talking to CM Punk. No, bullshit, stop. No, not happening. There better be purpose. There better be creative tonight. You are a chief content creating officer. You're an officer of creative. I don't even know what that means. Sounds pretty legit. Hunter has a cool title, man. An officer of creative will be an officer. Because I'm not seeing too much creative here. I'm seeing random matchups. I got a 6-man tag. There better be a reason that we're going to spend time on this on our prime times. Because you got a good Monday Night Football game tonight. You got the 49ers. Their record isn't the best, but it's still the 49ers. Taking on the Detroit Lions, one of the best teams in the NFL. Give me a reason why this is going to be more fun than that. You have 2 women's IC title tournament matchups. These are 2 semifinal matchups. You have Io Sky versus Valkyria. If you're wondering, yes, that is face versus face. Why? Because that's what Hunter does. He doesn't think these things through, so he's going to split his own audience, and one of these ladies is going to outface the other. That might be great for the one that outfaced the other, but for the other that got outfaced, what does that do for them? It's sad. It's bad booking. But Valkyria, Io. And then they will, the other matchup for the women's semi for the IC title tournament is Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark. I think Dakota Kai is a face now, and Zoe is still working heel. I don't even know in Hunter's WWE anymore, but I think that's the case. So this might be a face versus a heel women's match. Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark. And then you have R-Truth versus PD Dunn. R-Truth versus Pete Dunne. R-Truth versus Pete Dunne. If it feels like you just saw that recently, you did, guys. Just 2 weeks ago, you saw it. And it was a clean finish. Pete Dunne was upset at the audience because they were calling him Butch. But then R-Truth, in a clean way, rolled him up, and little Butch couldn't kick out. So then last week, Butch went up to R-Truth and continued to, he's still pissed. Dude, stop calling me Butch. I know I just lost to you, but can you please stop calling me Butch? And that leads to another rematch tonight. Because Pete Dunne, for 3 full months, the storyline, this is where people say Hunter is cooking. The storyline is that Pete Dunne is so pissed off that he's being called Butch that we need to see this match over and over and over again. So if you guys are excited about it, cool. But don't be too shocked if there's fans like BC that are not excited about this. To us, it's just another R-Truth Pete Dunne match. It's watching a rerun. It's like watching your favorite show, but on a rerun. You thought it was going to be a new episode, but they just played a rerun. We used to wreck Vince McMahon for this, but for some reason, Hunter gets a pass. And then the big storyline here is Seth Rollins and CM Punk. They're going to be face-to-face. We think the way that they're promoting this is they're under one roof at the same time. Well, they've been multiple times. But 1 week before their big clash on the Netflix premiere of Raw, R-Truth, Seth Rollins and CM Punk will be under the same roof. So hopefully they have something uber creative. Or guys, do you know where I'm going with this, DB for life? James Shrimp Fajitas, do you know where I'm going with this? Could it be a pull-em-apart brawl? Could we get another pull-apart brawl? Because that's all Hunter does in stories, right? He doesn't want to get creative, so he just has their wrestlers brawl all the time. It's one brawl after another brawl after another brawl. So is that what Seth and Punk are going to do again? Or does Hunter get creative, man? Pack a punch with an ultimate part of a story that keeps us all talking for a full week going into this match. Did you see what Seth did to Punk or vice versa? Did you see the segment they had? That's what we want to be saying. That's what we used to say back in the day. That's the feeling we want. That's the emotion that should be coming out of us. And it's up to Hunter to get the job done. The problem is Hunter's not getting the job done. And when you don't get the job done, what usually happens is you get fired from your position. So hopefully we get something really good tonight with that. Now, as of this recording, there is nothing on a few other storyline. I guess that they're not even storylines, but there's no talk on what these individuals are doing. I'm talking about the Wyatts. As of this recording, there's nothing on the Wyatts yet. They have this weird thing going with Final Testament. 2 weeks ago, they already had the payoff. Both factions faced each other. The faces lost. Baby powder to the eyes of Howdy. Supernatural Howdy, but what is his kryptonite? Baby powder. Baby powder took out the Wyatts. So now we're going to keep the feud going, I guess, right? They had a one-on-one match with Dexter Lumis and Miz. That's supposed to keep us ignited into this, right? Keep us interested, intrigued. And then this week, to follow it up, there's nothing. Awesome. But BC's being negative and Hunter is he's cooking? No, he's not cooking. What are the Wyatts doing? I'm asking a question. What are the Wyatts doing? Drew McIntyre. This dude is jumping people randomly. Okay, after a while it gets old if there's no direction. BC, he's taking out the people that are close to Roman. Get to the point. I'm okay if you want to drag it out. I love long-term storytelling if you can do it properly. But there's a fine line between dragging something out and it no longer being intriguing or actually telling a story that is elevating, right? The way pro wrestling works with long-term storytelling is a story progresses as time goes on. A story keeps getting better as time goes on. A story keeps getting you intrigued more and more. It keeps excelling. That's a story. A storyline just doesn't stay stagnant or even decline over time. So what are you doing with Drew? How is he not even a focal point of tonight's show? I hope they find time to pencil him in. Jason Uso, the Yeet Master. He's not a part of this as of this writing. Hopefully they put him on and see what he can do. Braun Breaker, last I knew, was the IC title holder. Maybe he's not anymore because he's barely on these shows. He's always booked as a face and a heel or both, a tweener. He's attacking the good guys, but then asking where the dogs are at to pander to the crowd. I don't know what Braun Breaker is. I think he's still IC champion. You guys can correct me if I am wrong in the chat, but I think he is. You wouldn't know that. He's not a part of the plans tonight. Again, they're going to have to pencil him in somehow. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, they're supposed to be in a big feud for the championship next week. They're not even... as far as marketing goes and promotional, they were not penciled in for a segment, so they're going to have to try to squeeze them in somehow. How about you take away Pete Dunne and R-Truth and you put in a Morgan Rhea segment? But that means you'd have to get creative on national TV, so he doesn't want to do that. Wow, was BC amped up, bro. I told you, we are rocking, man. I don't get to go live often, but when I do, remember that little post? What is that? Remember those memes back in the day? I don't always blah, 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 but when I do, and it's the old guy with like a cigar and a drink. I don't always not get amplified, but when I do, it's usually talking about a show that's good, and I can relax. Janelle Layton, 24 months golden coffee. What up, Janelle? Hello, Amp Unit. Thank you, BC. This is a great way to spend the ride back to Michigan from Florida. Have an amplified night. Salute. Sounds like a road trip is occurring. Awesome. Stay amped up on that road trip. Rock it out. Enjoy it more than anything, man. Those are some of the greatest adventures, road trips, man. Have a great time. I appreciate the golden coffee, 24 months straight. So, Janelle, let me give you a proper salute. Janelle Layton, 24 months. Another golden VIP coffee. Man, I love to see that. A lot of coffees popping up, man. It's about time. We had to wait 2 years for those golden coffees. We got it. We got it, guys. How'd I do, man? 9 minutes. We made it, guys. We made it 9 minutes before Raw. Thank you, guys, man. Smash the ups if you haven't already. I know most of you guys are going to catch us after the fact. Most of you guys are going to be on the replay unit. As I always say, not even 5 seconds of notice. We just went live. Nobody knew. We went live. Those that were able to catch this over the last 36 minutes, 37 minutes, they just happened to have been notified, right? Subscribed and notified. Because most of you guys will catch this on a replay, which means most of you have already watched Raw. So you can tell me if this was a really good show, which is what we're hoping for. We're hoping that my review tomorrow is way, way more positive than what's on paper. But you guys have already seen the show. Was it bad? Was this just a bad last show on the USA Network? I really hope that's not the case, man. I want this to be good. I want to get pumped up. I'm energized. I really am hoping for the best on Netflix. Now, for one show or even a month, I think they're going to throw everything at us, right? All these big surprises and all these big names. WWE on Netflix better sustain that, right? They better consistently stay good. And I'm talking after WrestleMania season. So that's another thing we have to keep our eye out. Usually around WrestleMania season, the product gets better. Even under Vince McMahon, it did. Right? Even under VKM, it got better around WrestleMania season. That's the easy part. Hunter has to prove that he can do this 24/7 year-round, and that's not the case. And you know what's sad? A lot of fans gave him another pass, right? You heard this in the community. Oh, guys, relax, man. We're going into the holidays, and they're on autopilot. They're on cruise control. Just wait until WrestleMania season or the Netflix. That's when Hunter's going to start cooking more. Why are we giving him 3 months? I started hearing this in October when they were taping shows. October, guys. So we're just giving Hunter 3 months off on autopilot every year? Is that the new thing? Guys, just wait till Mania season. Hunter's burnt out. He's got to do all the commercials and all the promotional and all the marketing. Come on, man. Screw that, dude. Yeah, DC, fuck autopilot, man. Fuck autopilot. That is bullshit. No, not in October, man. Put your best foot forward. And I'm talking tonight. I don't care if it's right after Christmas. You deliver your best possible shows. If you are live on national television, cable television, that means you are in a position to deliver your best possible product. There is no autopilot. There's no cruise control. There's no reason you start next year. You start now. You start last week. You start last month. You start back in October. You start when you became Chief Creative Officer. That's when we should have started getting the best possible fucking product. Fuck autopilot and cruise control. No. And that's why no matter what you find out tonight on this show, no matter what you see on this show tonight, no matter what is produced, tomorrow you are going to get a very honest, a very amplified, a no bullshit, a no sugar-coated review on this channel. I promise you guys that, as I always do. Sam Byers, Pimp Jesus, DC Lanyard, JJ Bulldog, G Glover, Santivia Major, Eric Leno, Justine, Robert, King J. I think I saw, Fred Bucks is up in here. I think I saw Antoine's up in here, Janelle. Where is Reese? I saw Reese in here earlier. I meant to say what's up. I don't know if Reese is still up in here. Reese Monet. Travis is up in here. Alicia. Eddie Brash is up in here. ASAP. So a lot, even though this was with 0 seconds of notice, I got a lot of my tried and trues in this chat right now. So you guys know we don't bullshit on these reviews. Tomorrow is going to be an amped up one. Tomorrow is going to be a good one. Do not miss that review. I do want to say thank you to everybody in this live chat. Honestly, no seconds of notice. And you guys rocked out with me for over 40 minutes. I mean, there's no bigger salute I can possibly give you other than a massive swig and a mutual respect handshake. But, yeah, man, to rock with me live on 0 seconds of notice, I mean, that is the ultimate, dude. So I'm looking at all these names in this chat, and dude, all of you right now, salute. Cup of coffee with BC. Because that's mega, bro. James Shrimp Fajitas, we gonna keep rocking into the new year, dude. You know how we do. All right, much love, guys. Here we go. 4 minutes away. I gotta get the old, I gotta fire up the iPad, the laptop, the notebook, old school notes as well. I'm gonna have it all ready. It's going to be a big review tomorrow. Let's do this, man. This is the last ever show on the USA Network. We can't screw this up, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. We can't screw this up. Smash the up on the way out, guys, if you don't mind. Replay unit, come on in. Even if you already watched Raw, listen to the full 40-plus minutes. We talked a lot of real issues right now in WWE that need to be attended to. And we're hoping that this show tonight addressed some of those, helped out some of those. But replay unit, do your part, man. Smash that up, help out that algorithm, and listen to every word, because you ain't going to get this type of conversation anywhere. This is what is going to help Tony Khan in AEW, Hunter in WWE, and maybe one day if they get over 1 million in viewership, maybe TNA Wrestling one day. Who knows, man? The local bingo hall. All right, guys, 3 minutes now. BC's out. That's it. 44 dive. That's a wrap. Check you. Deuces, ooses. Salute. Thank you guys for tuning in live. It's Monday Night Raw. It's the last ever show. I feel it's ever. I know it's only 10 years, but I say this is the last show ever for Monday Night Raw on USA, and it starts in 3 minutes. Salute. Check you.